Oil prices rebounded from earlier losses this week, but analysts warn that crude prices could turn negative again. This comes just days after U.S. oil prices went negative for the first time in history, meaning that sellers are paying buyers to free up their supply. Here to discuss this further is the head of North America Market Development at the Independent Commodity Intelligence Services, Jeremy Pafford. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So analysts say the price for a barrel of oil could turn negative again. Many people may think that could translate to low oil prices at the pump, but that's not necessarily the case. So how does this affect consumers?
Well, for one, from a confidence standpoint, I mean, you see a roller coaster ride this week, and it does, it scares you a little bit, and understandably so. Lower oil prices in general have tended in the past to mean that you would have lower gasoline prices. However, what we had earlier this week was a bit of an anomaly. It was very much of contracts were close to expiring. And from that, you had people that held on those contracts that needed to get rid of them, and it was hard to get rid of because we have a storage issue. Storage is about to fill up for crude oil, and that's playing a huge role in what's going on right now. To the point that you had to pay people, contracts that had people that held the contracts to pay people to take them off their hands. That did bring gasoline prices down, but gasoline prices could be coming down in the future due to the same supply issue, or the storage issue that is occurring in crude is going to be happening in gasoline. And because of that, I'm not saying that gasoline prices would go negative, but you should see pressure on gasoline prices in the weeks to come.
What type of effect does this have on inflation?
Definitely doesn't help it, obviously, because if you have lower prices there, that should offset any kind of price rises that you have in general. We are very much in an almost deflationary environment right now, because a lot of the input prices that come out of the energy complex are lower. So, from a pricing standpoint on consumer prices, you're not seeing some of the pricing, the producer prices going up. That shouldn't, lead to any kind of inflationary things. At the same time, too, I wouldn't expect you to see decreases in a lot of your consumer products, just because this is a temporary anomaly, really.
And we know there was a price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia regarding production, with President Trump even getting involved, calling on both parties to cut production. How much did this play a factor in the oil price slump?
It's played a huge factor because at the same time that Russia and Saudi Arabia could not come to a production cut agreement, we had the coronavirus really exploding worldwide here in March. That's had led to extreme demand destruction. And you add in the fact that Saudi Arabia has said that they want to increase production. Russia has said that they, want to increase production as well. That led to an extreme situation of a supply glut and depressed. That's led to what is thought to be about a cut of about 30 million barrels per day of demand right now, at the time when they're actually increasing prices. Saudi Arabia's cost of production is the cheapest in the world. So low oil prices, they can withstand this. The U.S. shale producers are going to have a really difficult time with this, and you're already seeing decreases in U.S. production because of that. Decreased production eventually will help out the marketplace. It doesn't help out the U.S. oil industry, obviously. And there's really no way we can get around losing production here and losing jobs. And it's a sad part of this, but that's part of how the market economics work.
Interesting. We'll have to see how all of this plays out. Again, Jeremy Pafford, the head of North America Market Development at the Independent Commodity Intelligence Services. Thank you so much again for your input.
Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.